While the world is still fast asleep, a new day at the factory silently begins. Every corner, every equipment surface is thoroughly washed down under extreme water pressure. Absolute cleanliness is the unwavering principle before any batch of meat enters production. The factory doors roll up, welcoming the first rays of light and the freshest ingredients of the day. The hurried sound of rolling carts echoes, breaking the morning silence. Tons of vibrant ruby-red beef have just been transported directly from the slaughterhouse to the facility. To process this massive volume of ingredients, the tools must be in pristine condition. A decisive stroke on the sharpening steel awakens the razor-sharp edge of the specialized knife. Pure, ice-cold water fills the basin, preparing for the initial cleansing stage. The large cuts of meat are submerged in the chilling water to preserve their natural protein structure. The workers' hands carefully wash every fiber of the meat, removing even the smallest impurities. The washed meat is left to drain naturally, retaining only its pure essence. Meanwhile, hundreds of kilograms of pure ice cubes are prepared for their crucial cooling mission. Keeping the meat constantly chilled throughout processing is the vital secret to achieving a bouncy, chewy texture. The machinery shudders awake, ready for an endless cycle of work. The art of perfection begins with masterful and precise knife strokes. Every layer of excess fat, every white tendon is trimmed away with decisive meticulousness. Only the highest quality lean meat is kept, allowing no room for compromise. The meat trimmer's skill directly determines the smoothness of the final beef meatball. The large slabs are quickly divided into perfectly uniform square blocks. A flawless block of meat is a crystallization of vibrant red and unblemished perfection. Hundreds of kilos of prepped meat are now ready for the next phase. The specialized cold storage opens, welcoming the batches to bring their temperature down to the ideal level. Every temperature parameter is strictly monitored by precise electronic systems. A thin layer of shaved ice is scattered on top, blanketing the meat blocks to lock in freshness. Even the bone-chilling cold cannot slow down the urgent pace of the workers. Deep-chilled meat is transported straight to the heavy-duty coarse grinder. The start button is pressed, and the colossal machine begins to shoulder the weight of tons of ingredients. The combination of cold, lean meat and shaved ice descends into the grinding hopper together. The powerful auger pulls everything in, breaking down the meat's natural muscle structure. Mechanical power transforms solid blocks of meat into an entirely new form. Consistent strands of coarsely ground meat pour out, releasing a thick mist of cold air. The porous texture of the meat, sparkling with tiny ice crystals, is highly captivating. Continuous sensory temperature checks ensure the batch isn't prematurely cooked by mechanical friction. Dozens of bins filled with coarse ground meat line up, heading toward the heart of the production line, the cutter machine. The giant bowl cutter, the very soul of the beef meatball, slowly lifts its lid. The entire load of freezing ground meat is poured into the gleaming stainless steel bowl. The curved multi-blade system is specifically designed to maximize cutting and emulsifying power. The seasoning is a symphony of flavor, weighed and measured with absolute precision. Whole black peppercorns are roughly crushed, delivering a bold aroma that awakens the palate. Pure salt not only adds savoriness, but also triggers protein extraction, creating that essential chewiness. Onion and garlic powder are blended according to a secret recipe, completely neutralizing any raw gaminess. Drops of premium fish sauce add a deep umami richness to the meat paste. A final layer of shaved ice is added, guaranteeing the cutter's temperature remains safely low. The lid closes, sealing in the essence. The high-speed emulsification cycle officially begins. Blades spin at thousands of revolutions per minute, kneading and restructuring the meat fibers. Through the transparent glass, the initially chunky mixture transforms into a cohesive, uniform paste. Centrifugal force and mechanical power send rhythmic vibrations across the factory floor. When the machine halts and the lid opens, a misty veil of cold air spills out to blanket the space. The raw paste now boasts a glossy, pale pink hue, as smooth and silky as velvet. Elasticity reaches perfection. The paste clings tightly, proving a brilliantly successful emulsification. Extracting the paste from the bowl requires care to preserve its light, airy texture. The massive block of paste glides smoothly into a deep stainless steel tub. Skillful hands flatten the surface, preparing for the final shaping stage. A mechanical hoist lifts the heavy tub high into the air, surpassing the limits of human strength. Every steel chain link pulls taut, bearing the fruit of complex morning labors. The dense paste is slowly poured into the giant feeding hopper of the automatic meatball former. The pump's suction draws the entire mixture deep down into the extrusion chamber. Below, a bath of perfectly warm water has been filled, awaiting the very first meatballs. Every parameter regarding size and extrusion speed is fine-tuned by the operator with intense focus. The cutting mechanism operates like a metronome, precise and free of any error. Each perfectly round meatball is snipped off cleanly, carrying absolute perfection in shape and weight. They gently kiss the surface of the warm water, beginning the process of setting their firm structure. Thousands of meatballs fall in rapid succession, creating a mesmerizing rhythmic rain. In the 60-degree warm water environment, the outer layer instantly firms up, locking in the savory juices. The gentle current carries the meatballs down a long flume, looking like a pale pink river. The workers' hands carefully guide them, gently nudging any strays back onto the right path. From the warm flume, the cascade of meatballs enters the final trial, the high-temperature boiling vat. The factory space is enveloped in a thick white mist of steam, carrying a rich, enticing aroma. Under the boiling heat, the meatballs gradually transform, donning the characteristic light brown hue of cooked meat. The boiling water bubbles vigorously, promoting an even cooking process from the outside in. One by one, they begin to float, blanketing the surface of the water to signal their completion. Perfectly cooked meatballs swell plump and juicy, their smooth surfaces radiating an undeniable appeal. A meticulous manual check with a skewer ensures absolutely no meatball is left undercooked in the center. The automated mesh scoop system slowly lowers, taking on the heavy lifting in place of human labor. Thousands of steaming hot meatballs are lifted high above the water's surface. Instantly, they are plunged into a freezing ice water system for a thermal shock. This extreme temperature drop causes the meat structure to contract immediately, forging that unmistakable signature crunch. The shaved ice melts rapidly, completing its final mission to preserve the ultimate texture. The meatballs are scooped from the cold vat and piled onto a draining conveyor belt. The vigorous bounce of the meatballs on the metal surface is the clearest testament to their premium quality. The long conveyor belt carries the product through a high-intensity industrial fan zone, Powerful gusts of air blow away any excess water drops, leaving a dry, clean surface. The final product is revealed. Perfectly round, glossy, dotted with fragrant, appetizing black pepper. No matter how advanced the machinery, the sharp human eye remains the ultimate gatekeeper to remove any defective pieces. The flawless meatballs pour into the hopper of the automatic weighing machine. Numbers dance across the digital screen, calculating weight with a margin of error of mere grams. Exact and sufficient, each portion of meatballs drops precisely into transparent packaging. The worker's hands smooth out the bag's opening, feeding it into the industrial vacuum sealer. The vacuum chamber lid slams shut, isolating the product from the outside environment. The air is entirely evacuated, and the plastic film slowly clings tight, hugging every curve of the meatballs. The heat sealing bar presses tight, sealing in the flavor and the culmination of a long, arduous process. Beautifully vacuum-sealed bags of meatballs slide one after another into the finished goods bin. Nimble hands pack the goods into cardboard boxes, preparing them for their journey far and wide. A gentle pat on each layer of product holds a deep sense of pride in a quality batch. Packing tape seals the box shut, officially closing the production cycle inside the factory walls. Towering stacks of boxes are swiftly pushed out to the dispatch waiting area. A quality control stamp is affixed, serving as a firm commitment to safety and flavor. Outside, a fleet of refrigerated trucks waits with open doors, ready to distribute the product everywhere. Every box, carrying sweat and dedication, is carefully loaded onto the truck. Hands pass the boxes one to another, rhythmic and synchronized in every lift. A drop of sweat silently falls onto the cold floor, a testament to a long day of tireless labor. When the gloves are finally removed, fingers wrinkled and pale from prolonged water exposure finally get their rest. The freezer truck doors are sealed shut and securely locked to preserve ultimate quality until it reaches the consumer. The truck rolls away into the sunset, carrying the factory's essence into the rush of everyday life. The factory lights flick off, machines fall silent, returning a peaceful stillness to await a new dawn. From the rigid industrial factory, the meatballs' journey continues in a warm family kitchen. A homemaker's hands gently snip open the vacuum-sealed pack just brought home from the supermarket. Air rushes in, awakening the fresh flavors that have been meticulously preserved. The meatballs are dropped into a simmering pot of broth, blending with rich herbal aromas. The cooked meatballs swell and float gently, accented by the fresh green hue of chopped scallions. The sweet, clear broth and piping hot meatballs are carefully ladled over pristine white pho noodles. A simple dinner, yet harboring so much flavor, is served under cozy yellow lighting. A child's tiny hands wave a spoon, eagerly anticipating the delicious meal. The calloused hand of the father picks up a plump, glossy meatball with chopsticks. A gentle blow waves away the steam, carrying immense care and boundless love. Biting into the meatball reveals a crunchy outer bite, while the inside is soft, airy, and bursts with savory sweetness. The sound of delighted applause and a child's laughter rings out, chasing away all the exhaustion of the adults. Under the gathering light, the family meal becomes complete, thanks to the presence of gifts born from hard work. The delicious flavor on today's dining table is the sweet fruit cultivated from the